And the Nozomi have just ignited the crowd. The top seeds through in men's doubles in some style again. Yet to concede a game in 3 matches now to Li Yang and Wan Qilin of Chinese Taipei, though it was a spirited effort. And they reached their personal best of getting their tally above 17 in any one game against the world number ones. So confirmation of what we've seen. Victor Axelsen safely through. Du and Li in women's doubles. Then Pavranukra and Tara Tanachai. What an epic that was. 21-19 in the deciding game. And then in the men's doubles, Gideon and Sukamuljo coming good. So next up, it's a mouth-watering top 4 women's singles battle between current and former champion of this event. Chen Yufei of China, as world number 1 and top seed, takes on Nozomi OKUHARA of Japan. For all head-to-head showing between these two. Although Chen Yufei has won the last 3 matches that they've contested. And prior to that, in the 4th match, had to retire at 4-5 down. So, in effect, she's won the last, well, she's won sort of 4 of the last 5 matches anyhow, Chen. So, pretty dictatorial, but Nozomi OKUHARA will have hatched a plan. She's a really great strategist with her coaching team behind her as well, and played a massive match yesterday to turn that match around, having lost the opening game to Pusalavi Sindhu.
Red. Black. You will receive. You will take the right side.
So, Nozomi OKUHARA elected to receive. Chen Yufei is taking the far end to start. Well, it's simply been a brilliant tournament for her, hasn't it? In her title defence, she's really knitted together some very, very strong performances. The world number 1, pinnacle ranking. And, well, she's consistency personified. She is the front runner, the player to beat. Her consistency, impeccable. And there's her route through. It's not all been plain sailing. The Ansi Young win was a very tight one. The other side of an hour she needed to come through, having dropped the opening game. And then likewise against Ratchanok Intanon in the quarterfinals that we brought you yesterday. 5th seed from Thailand, putting up stern resistance. So the second of 2 ties downed by Chen Yufei, the current and defending champion. What of Nozomi OKUHARA, 25 years of age, from Nagano in Japan, has been at the pinnacle of the rankings. That was back on the 5th of November last year. Came in here with only 3 wins this year, 2 losses. And this is her sort of path to the semi-finals, if you will. Down Michelle Lee, the Canadian. Emphatically that was. And likewise again against the Dane, Lena Kjærsfeld, in 2 straight games. And then a tough one yesterday, conceding the opening game to PV Sindhu. Sindhu unable to keep up the pace of her attacks, and OKUHARA just got steadily that little bit better throughout. In the end, running out the winner, 21-13 after 68 minutes. Belgium umpire, Kamasha Robertson in the chair.
Ready to play?
Service judge just opposite. So we're all ready to go. Morten, your thoughts quickly.
Oh, it can be a long one, so quickly I can't do it. I'm looking forward to the match. I think it's great. It's of course in favour of Chen Yufei, not only because she's number 1 on the world ranking, but also because of the head-to-head between the 2. However, I was quite impressed with the woman in the picture here yesterday when she beat PV Sindhu. Really got thrashed in the first game, but came back strongly in the next 2 and won it. So very strong mental performance, I think, from OKUHARA. And this is definitely one of her favourite places to play. So it can be an interesting match.
Olympic bronze medalist, Nozomi OKUHARA, the first Japanese women's singles player in 39 years to win the Onyx All England title in 2016. She'd dearly love to do so again, but to get to the final, she's going to have to try and find a way past the top seed here, the defending champion at the top of your picture in orange from China, Chen Yufei.
Yeah, Hiroyuki won the women's singles in 1977.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Chen Yufei, China. And on my left, Nozomi OKUHARA, Japan. Chen Yufei to serve. Love all. Play.
What a good start there from Chen Yufei. Sharp, sharp. A good spinning net shot there as well.
Two, love.
But the principle for Okuhara will be the same as yesterday. She's got to take the sting out of the shots from her opponent, just like yesterday with PV Sindhu. She dragged the match long enough and Sindhu got tired, or I would say the sting got out of her attack. And it's exactly the same tactics here today. She's got to keep long rallies going for as long as possible. But sometimes to do that, she might have to attack to avoid being attacked herself. So it's a little bit of a catch-22 situation here.
Magnificent from the world number one. What a sparkling start from her.
Service over. 4-1.
I'm sure that the Chinese have done their homework, and there is no doubt that if we look at Okuhara and her defense, she is slightly weaker on the backhand side than she is on the forehand side. And we've already seen now 2 or 3 going down to the backhand side. Clear winners. Oh, that is sharp. Really playing sharp from the beginning here from Chen Yufei.
5.
Finding the lines perfectly. Look at this smash. On the line. As they always say, plumb on the line. Plumb.
Well, the precision early doors in this women's singles semi-final.
5.
It's something to behold. Look at that.
Service over. 6-3.
Now, here's an interesting fact. All 4 semi-finalists have been former champions in the women's singles event. Down below, Carolina Marin, the 8th seed from Spain, 2015 champion.
Oh,
Ouch.
once again.
Another clean winner.
Once again on that backhand side.
And Tai Tzu-Ying as well, 2017 and 2018 champion. Back-to-back successive wins for Tai Tzu-Ying. So they'll do battle later. Not before 5 p.m. local time, our second session. You must join us for that. Okuhara biting back.
Service over. 5-7. Service over. 8-5.
Getting a lot of fruit from that reverse slice.
Wide.
Did well to get up there and clip it down, though, didn't she? It only just spilt wide. She's being so proactive, Chen.
She has. She's played a very good opening here in the first game. Playing very sharp, adding on a lot of pressure on her shots.
Spreading the Japanese court with great effect is Chen Yufei. Her accuracy mesmerizing. 5-point cushion as we head to the turn after 6 minutes.
后场你一定要注意他的吊杀这个动作，他高球打出来很慢的，所以你有时间跑。但是他的往前你要注意啊，往前接发球什么，他不会打往前，推比较多啊，特别是你头顶对角线打杀很多，他可能大部分会打你正手，多注意一下正手啊，頭顶可以少一点啊，还是注意。
自分も多分ゆっくりになっちゃって待ってしまってる感じがする。
自分が多分早く出したら動きも速くなるから。
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Well, for Japanese fans concerned, this is exactly how it looked against Pusalavi Sindhu yesterday.
Yes.
She was all over that opening game, so don't
despair.
Yeah, don't despair. Great word.
Service over. 7-11.
That's way wide. Yep.
Service over. 12-7.
The problem for Okuhara at the moment is that she's not really been able to extend the rallies. That means that there have been no long, grueling, hard rallies, which should be in favour of Okuhara. If she wants to take the sting out of the attacks from Chen Yufei.
Yeah, so she loves to, the Japanese loves to tire her opponents, doesn't she? And take the long, scenic route in matches, often coming through in 3 games against players of such high caliber. But Chen, as you say, she's just managing to play such decisive, quick-fire points.
Very sharp.
That you can't
playing
see her
straight
tiring.
winners. Playing straight winners at the moment. Good anticipation from Chen Yufei. She knew that that attack was coming cross-court. She was waiting for it.
14-7.
Certainly done their homework, the Chinese, haven't they? That's for sure. Look at this. The radar's fully on right now for the lady in orange. She's not missing a trick. Be a long day at the office for Nozomi.
This time going for it again, we have a challenge. It's out, I think, just from where we sit. But look at... Okuhara was nowhere near it. It was a straight winner. I think it's just out.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. Service over. 8-14. Play.
Super sharp.
Yeah, she almost scored points at will, I must say.
8.
She's choosing her shots very, very carefully, disguising them well. And Okuhara have got no chance to guess.
There's been a nonchalance, hasn't there? She looks very, very relaxed, those Chen right now.
8.
Enjoying this matchup. Almost as if to say, you know, how are you going to hurt me? Kind of message.
I would be very happy too if I was in the shoes of Chen Yufei at the moment. 16-8 up in the opening game and just playing winner after winner.
17-8.
But it wasn't quite as emphatic yesterday with Pusala v Sindhu, was it? You know, it was a bit more laboured, but similar kind of look to that opening game in favour of the Indian.
Yeah, but Sindhu had to work a lot harder to score the 21-12, I think. Wasn't it 21-12?
It was around there.
Service over. 9-18.
Getting the run around a little bit more in that point. Longest rally of the match.
Yeah, that was the best effort so far from Okuhara.
Nozomi.
他压你反压回去，啊，低一点。
Having none of it though, Chen Yufei. She's been masterful from the moment she stood on court.
19-11.
Winners abound from the Chinese in this opener. No nonsense performance so far.
False. 20. Game point. 11. Service over. 12.
It's been
20.
a fantastic display of badminton from Chen Yufei, but I also think that this is a little bit better for Okuhara. She can take a little bit from this opening game now the last 5 minutes or so. I think she's sort of put it more together, got more longer rallies. It's been more in her court as well. So I think she can take something positive from this as well.
Yeah, it's a good late flurry in this game from the Japanese. Can she hold on to this little mini momentum bubble she's blowing up here? 2 consecutive points.
Yeah, but
she's had a run of 3 earlier.
Much more important for the start of the second game.
She's starting to find her rhythm now. And it might be too late as far as this game is concerned, but she'll be back for a lot more in game 2. You can bet your bottom dollar. Well, it's felt long at the back line, so it's Chen Yufei that takes the opening game in business-like, purposeful manner.
First game,
21 points to 14.
21-14.
他后面他是一直想加速跟你打的，但是你把节奏控制的比较好啊，所以这个就比较成功。但是你一定要注意，他就说他现在因为他一直没有办法嘛，他只压你正手后脚，而且压的比较平。像这种球你压过来，我反压你，知道吗？你不要老去拿，让他压完他就上来戳，压完上来戳，自己难受啊。还是往前，只要你打好了，戳跟挥结合好了，高点你的威胁就出来了，好吧？啊，自信一点，他会送分啊，加油！
後ろで後半のぐらいで攻撃クリアはいいですけど、ちょっと遅れてればもうちょっとクリアよりとりあえずちょっとカットでいくカット長いのちょっとあなたの方がちょっときついですけど、そのぐらいちょっと行ってラリーができるんだからすぐクリアいってればすぐそうだから。
Second game, level, play.
And Nozomi OKUHARA get her teeth into game 2. It's been a brilliant start from the top seed and defending champion here in orange.
Service over, 1 love.
OKUHARA just intent on extending the rallies and fatiguing her opponent. There's a lot of spring in those Japanese legs.
She's guessing that one every single time, Chen Yufei. That cross smash from OKUHARA.
2-1.
OKUHARA at the end of this point just casting a glance back to her coach as if to say, am I still on track, coach? Doesn't kind of feel like it, that sort of look, do you know what I mean?
Fault. 3-1.
How is she managing to have more effect than Pusala with so much power that the Indian has? Is it the Chen is that little bit more accurate?
2-3.
Managing to sort of cut the shuttle down on occasions. She's good at finding angle, isn't she?
She is. But a much, much better start here for Nozomi OKUHARA.
Back on terms in game 2, just what she wished for.
Of course, we can't tell about the future, but I think that Chen Yufei have to be a bit careful that she is not being a little bit too complacent, because the first game went so well and so easy. The shots were just flowing from her racket. She was playing so many good winners and everything was going her way. And now suddenly it looks like she's got to work for it. And she's got to get into that mode, and that's important. So don't become too complacent.
Much better from Nozomi OKUHARA.
5-3.
Gaining a lot of fan support now as the significant underdog, but perhaps not so much anymore on the scoreboard in game 2 anyway. Good showing from the Japanese now.
That's out. Have a challenge from Chen Yufei.
Chen Yufei challenges, hold out.
But it is interesting that Nozomi OKUHARA, she became runners-up last year 6 times in tournaments, and ever since she turned professional or independent, as you say, she's not won a tournament.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining.
This would be sweet if she could manage to wriggle through this one and go on and win the title. The first in quite a long time. What's happened? Has there been a break in the lace, or perhaps just wanting to tighten up?
But there's one thing you can definitely never blame Nozomi OKUHARA for being time wasting. So I'm sure there was a purpose to this. The shoe was simply not tied well enough.
6 Japanese points in a row. Well, that's what we saw at the start, but it's been few and far between from Chen of late.
Yeah, set up very nicely with that attack and clear down the forehand. That one there. Look at how stretched OKUHARA is. And of course the reply too short.
OKUHARA's got that busy look back. The footwork pattern is really pedaling away vigorously.
But here I think was a good example of what I tried to say earlier, that Chen Yufei may be a little bit complacent. There's no way she can hit 100% winner from that situation as what she was trying. Oh, that's a beauty. That's a beauty. Well played.
That looked pretty high risk, Morton, from the court
Actually
position.
Not. Actually not. She's well underneath
balance.
it, and she's hitting it right over her head. And she's got perfect angle for playing that shot. But it was played to perfection, though. Very good.
Service over, 9-5.
Well, just like yesterday against PV Sindhu, game 2 takes a different look.
Very tight spinning net shot.
10-5.
Moments of brilliance from Chen,
Service over,
but not quite as readily
6,
as she was in the opening game. Found it.
Service over,
So to the turn,
11-6.
in contrast to the opening game, it's Okuhara with 11-6 lead.
さっきのハープストレート言ったでしょ、後ろに行くのが怖かったら、今ぐらいのハープスマッシュ打って前を置かせてから前で後ろの球コントロールすればいいから、前からの後ろコントロールはいいよ。ただ上で取った時に相手が戻る前に同じところに手打たれるんで、そこやったら前か逆に振っていく、ね、上で取った時そこだけしか考えない。
相手もちょっと遅れてない、今から遅れてない。
ちょっと後ろ下がって後ろが。
然后不挡圆网的时候打他中路的正手，你打到反拍他有一个出处，好吧？啊。
11-6. Play.
Yeah, that's a lucky shot from Okuhara.
12-6.
Just clipping the top of the tape.
Service over, 7-12.
Some wide.
8-12.
Needs to reboot the satellite navigation system, just missing in a similar spot.
Yeah, that's a beauty. Well played from Chen Yufei.
9-12.
But it looks like she's a lot more focused now than what she was in the beginning of the second game.
Nozomi Okuhara rewarded for her industry and endeavour again. Physicality paying off.
Service over. 13.
Yes,
9.
both players played a very nice rally here, but that follow-up, of course, as we saw, very decisive. But it was clever once again to not go cross-court on that attack, but keep it down the line and then coming with that follow-up.
Didn't miss by much. She thought it might have touched.
Nozomi Okuhara
Up we go again.
challenges. Hold out. Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 10-13. Play.
Yeah, important point here for
Service
Okuhara.
over. 14-10.
Got to maintain the momentum. I feel that Chen Yufei is really working her way back into this.
Service over. 11-14.
You do feel that the longer the point goes, Morten, that Nozomi Okuhara is tending to find a way through.
Yeah, she's of course in favour of longer rallies. But I think it's getting a real fight now. Because as I said earlier, I really sense that Chen Yufei has refocused. Boy,
Where there was nonchalance
relentless.
earlier, there's determination and
Yeah.
grit on the look of the Chinese right now. Hey,
It's relentless attack. And
12,
what I think is
14.
most impressive about it is the variation of attacking shots. It's slices, it's smashes, it's reverse shots, it's attacking clears. There's a lot of variation to it. You have to take your hat off for that kind of shot selection from Chen Yufei.
Service over. 15-12. Service over. 13-15. Service over. 16-13.
worth mentioning at this stage that Chen Yufei's had 2 3-gamers. Only 1 match for Okuhara who's gone the distance.
That one is close.
Chen Yufei challenges, hold in.
That one is close.
Belgium umpire sending us upstairs to challenge this.
Service over, 14-16.
That's a good challenge by Chen Yufei. Well spotted.
Service over, 17-14.
You sense now that Chen is sort of paying for a little bit of sort of nonchalance in the early part of the game, where Okuhara got a run of 6 points straight.
Yeah, but it's close. It's definitely
Service
within
over,
possible. 2 points only.
17.
1 or 2 good winners, and it's all back to square one. That was one. Okuhara really have to be careful now.
16-17.
That's the out.
Oh, hang on.
Call out. It's call out.
Is she going to challenge this?
I don't think
Service
so.
over, 18.
Wow, she's done all the hard work.
That
She's
was
switched off a little at the business end of this point. Look at this.
She lost
That was brilliant.
concentration completely. Look at that. Complete open court at the back. That was a huge mistake. Good guess. It's a good
Scurrying
guess.
around everywhere, wasn't she?
Good guess from Okuhara. Covered the forehand,
Service over,
but the pressure was still too much.
17-18.
Turns her back on that in disgust. Does Nozomi Okuhara, not happy.
18.
Unforced error.
Yeah, it's not even close. Almost the bottom of the net. Good block shot.
Impeccable accuracy when she needed it most, Chen Yufei. That was absolutely stunning badminton.
19-18.
Been playing catch-up for most of this game. And now suddenly just turning on.
Yeah, there's
Some
a
real
little bit of a
sparkle.
problem in the sense that Chen Yufei is very strong from that around the hip corner on the cross ones, and it's tricky for Okuhara to get them. But when she gets the angle, maybe Okuhara should consider not giving her the angle and play it more towards the center of the court. Not to give the ankle away. But of course, it's really late in the match.
Service over, 19-all.
Now she's got to be careful. One more.
A cho really loud at the end of that point. That was how much it meant to Chen Yufei. Long, tiring rally.
20.
Just the top of the tape, not rolling over.
Can't fault Okuhara from not having the courage. She is really trying. It's missed. Fabulous fight from Okuhara.
Service over. 20-all. Nozomi, play.
Maybe Chen Yufei is feeling the pressure a bit in terms of physical.
Another brilliant
finding the line.
Nice.
Service over.
But look at the return here, the return of that serve. Really a difficult shot to play, especially at this time in the match.
And again, she survives.
Service over. 21-all.
Fleet-footed Japanese still afloat in this semi-final somehow. So quick to close that down. What a terrific return of serve to set the point up beautifully for Chen.
22-21.
There it is, the world #1 and defending champion Chen Yufei into her second consecutive All England Open final with some masterful badminton. It was a spirited comeback in that second game from Nozomi Okuhara. But in the end, the defending champion just that little bit too good.
Chen Yufei, 21-20, 23-21.
Coming through in some style, though perhaps a little anxiously. 21-14, 23-21. So, delight, I'm sure, for Chen Yufei, though looking a little numb and stone-faced as a consequence. That was a very, very tough match. A good win for her. She motors on into the final. Who will it be? Marin or Tai Tzu Ying? We'll all find out later. So there's confirmation of our results then. Victor Axelsen downing Li Jia of Malaysia in a very tight, tense opening match, 73 minutes worth. Then in women's doubles, Du Yue and Lee Yin-wei coming through in 52 minutes against Lee and Shin of Korea. Mixed doubles, Parvanuko and Tera Tanachai. Well, that didn't disappoint either, did it? Another long, epic 83 minutes, that one. 21-19 in the third game. Men's doubles, a little bit more straightforward for Gideon and Sukamulyo, who were just too good on the day. And, well, we just witnessed, inside 3/4 of an hour, women's singles, Chen Yufei playing some terrific badminton against the spirited Japanese 4th seed. This is what's coming up later. Do it all again at 5 o'clock in the company of Jill Clark and Steen Pedersen. The top-seeded men's match there, Cho takes on Antonsen, and lots of other cracking matches. So that concludes our action from session 1 here at the Arena Birmingham. Do join us later from 5 p.m. local time for our night session, where we do it all over again with continuing live semi-final matches. 5 of them for your viewing pleasure. But for now, it's goodbye from Morten Frost and myself, Paul Hand. Thanks for your company. Bye for now.